Mackey Motors in Lake City is the place to find new and certified used vehicles. With a knowledgeable sales staff and an amazing service department, you'll drive away satisfied. Together, let's drive at Mackey Motors in Lake City. MackeyMotors.com.
Joined here today by Taryn Petersen and also Kadence Brandon Sporrer with the Exiro Kimberlin Sport Girls basketball team as they open up the season tonight in a ranked matchup with the Riverside. They fall 50-45. I know, Taryn, not the way you exactly wanted things to finish tonight, but how did you feel like you and the girls played?
You know, I think we played pretty good. Came to that game with a lot of energy. I just don't think it carried out through, the entire game. Riverside's a good team. They're ranked, 14th maybe in 2A, and they're aggressive. They're very aggressive, and I think they out-rebounded us and were a little more aggressive on the defensive side, which obviously defense leads to offense. So, and I think they kind of beat us on that, which kind of messed up us on offense. Sorry.
So it was really a defensive battle in that first half. You were up 17-14. What was the difference that allowed you to grab that lead in the first half, especially late?
Having Harlow is very nice for us. She's really tall, and she gets us through everything. And then obviously Jalen not being here for that last week kind of screws us up a little bit. And we just have to make sure that we are excelling on our offensive part, which I think we did very well in the first half. Going into the second half, they kind of knew what we were doing, and we weren't just able to execute on what we could do. And I think that's what we had on the first half.
What did they adjust in the second half on offense where they were able to get some threes? They struggled with those in the first half.
Obviously us on defense, not communicating is a huge part of a basketball game. And if everybody's loud, you aren't going to be able to hear people on the floor, so you're going to have to talk a lot. And I just think that's not one thing that we did. We didn't switch on screens very well, which left their girls open, which led them to open threes.
You got over 1,000 points in your career with tonight's ball game. What's your thoughts on that here as you start your junior season?
It's a good thought, but I just got to keep going into the season and just doing everything for our team and having to keep excelling at what we can and getting better at what we can't do. So just having fun the rest of the season. Next week is a huge part for our season, playing I think 3 top teams, and that's just going to be hard for us. So you just have to go in with a good mentality and get through it.
I tell you what, great job out here tonight. Appreciate you joining us. Best of luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
You bet. Let's move over now to Kadence Brandon Sporrer, who had a nice, solid all-around floor game here tonight. Talking first defensively, you're out kind of in the front of that, pressure defense, and you guys go into the full court pressure. How'd you feel like that worked tonight?
Good. It all comes down to our teammates talking to me. I can't do what I do without them telling me where the ball is or where their girls are or where help side is at. So it comes down to them.
Looked like you gave them a lot of problems in that first half with your pressure defense. What was really good about it early?
He switched it up to a 1-3-1, and me and Taryn were kind of like interlinked with our minds. We just got going up fast, talking. Yeah.
How much did the foul trouble between Jalen and Harlow kind of bother you girls in the second half with what you wanted to do?
Defensively, kind of a struggle because we couldn't be as aggressive on the defensive end with them both in foul trouble because they are 2-post and bigs, and so it's kind of hard to be aggressive when they're in foul trouble.
Had you for 4 or 5 assists tonight. How'd you feel like you were seeing the floor?
I was seeing it well. Got in trouble a lot for not shooting it, but no.
Early season, right? The struggles will go away, right?
Yes.
What were you girls trying to do there late in the game as you were trying to come back after falling behind there in the third?
Focusing on our defensive end more. Struggling with communication, so we had to pick that up. But just pressuring the ball, making them go faster and turn the ball over, hopefully.
Is that the biggest thing you take away from tonight? It's just a better communication, especially defensively?
Yes.
What other things do you feel like you girls can get better at?
Executing our plays offensively. That was kind of a struggle today. But with Jay being gone all last week, so that was a struggle with her. She wasn't really here to learn them as much, but she'll get there.
6 games in the first 2 weeks, and it's going to be a pretty busy schedule. How do you get through it?
A lot of water and a lot of rest.
I tell you what, great job out here tonight. Appreciate you joining us. Best of luck next week.
Thank you.